Nicola Sturgeon has defended plans to publish a pro-independence alternative to official figures on Scotland's deficit, but failed to say how much it would cost. The Scottish Tories accused her of using taxpayers' money to peddle propaganda. Finance Secretary Derek Mackay this week announced he would issue his own economic case for independence alongside the annual statistics on the country's finances. He said he felt frustrated by the government Expenditure and Revenue Scotland (GERS) data, as it only dealt with Scotland's current place in the Union, not its potential outside it. With GERS distrusted by many nationalists, Mr Mackay said he would issue his rival report alongside the 2019-20 GERS this autumn as a concession to unhappy SNP members. At First Minister's questions, Tory MSP Murdo Fraser said, the 2014 Scottish Government's White Paper on Independence described the annual GERS report as, and I quote, the authoritative publication on Scotland's public finances. Given that is the Scottish Government's view, why is the Finance Secretary now proposing an alternative set of propaganda figures to be published alongside? On what data will these alternative figures be based? And how much will this exercise in SNP spin cost the Scottish taxpayer? Ms Sturgeon replied, GERS, which the Scottish Government publishes every year, sets out the situation not under an independent Scotland, but under Westminster government. So why would we set out different figures? So that we can show what we can do differently in Scotland, the different spending commitments that we could take. For example, spending more to grow our economy, spending more to protect the most vulnerable, and not spending money on new weapons of mass destruction on the River Clyde. These are the different choices we can make, and it's one of the many reasons why the Tories are terrified of the prospect of giving Scotland the choice of independence, because they know Scotland will choose to become independent. Produced by Scottish Government statisticians, and usually published in August, the GERS figures show the gap between public spending and tax revenue in Scotland. Last year, they said Scotland's notional deficit of £12.6 billion was a record 6 times as big as the UK's at 7% of Scottish GDP, against a UK deficit of just 1.1% of UK GDP. The SNP's own Growth Commission used the GERS figures as the basis for drawing up an economic blueprint for Scotland. However, the data is regarded as suspect if not misleading by many Yes supporters, as it used as a stick by unionists to beat the independence movement. Pamela Nash, Chief Executive of Scotland and Union, said, "This is an attempt by Derek Mackay to cook the books, and is a gross insult to the hard work of dedicated, impartial civil servants who prod for more on this story." Visit the news article link.